Rita Crompton, Inventor Lady and your licensing agent. I want to invite all of you to attend our virtual meeting. It's under one of the meetup groups for Colorado. Look for Colorado Mentoring and Funding Inventors Roundtable. All right, and if you have any trouble finding it, let me know. But they're going to be virtual. The first one is on February 15th. And it truly is just a roundtable discussion for the inventors who show up. And a lot of times the inventor, it's a virtual meeting, so on the screen next to you, not necessarily sitting next to you, may have the best answers for you and the best information. So we found the roundtables are very valuable. Everyone is invited to attend. So take a look, and if you have any questions, give me a call. I always tell inventors, when we get started talking, it's like a good invention is like a child. You conceive it, you nurture it, it sucks you dry, you throw it out. All right. And, everybody kind of chuckles, but when you really think about it, that's exactly what happens. It's not until it grows up that it can actually get out there into the world and start selling enough units where you can actually make a living at it. All right. So when you're looking at what do you really have, all right, you get out there and you do some looking around yourself and get yourself some knowledge about the inventing process. I mean, let's face it, this country was built on the American inventor, all right? The average day guy making the next better thing. I mean, at one point, if we had some guys up here doing some work on a fence for us, and we're a long way from town. And you can see in the background, we're not exactly in a metropolitan area. And they forgot one of their tools. Well, they made something on site to do the job for them. They go, oh, this is better than the one that we had down in the shop and we forgot. Most of our really good inventors, that's exactly how they come up with the idea. You conceive it on the job, being able to, makeshift what you need done at the moment. Farmers are great because you know what? They get out in the field and they come up with a better way of doing something because what they had didn't work well. All right. So when you look at the idea that your average person, all right, comes up with the best ideas, I am sure that the guy who developed the flashlight that wrapped around the pole was probably out there holding a flashlight between his teeth and said, oh my God, there has got to be a better way to do this. Went home or in the house, took a bunch of flashlights apart, put them into, some pipe cleaners and wrapped them around the pole and say, oh, this will work as a prototype. The next thing you know, he has got a product that is a game changer. All right, it's an industry game changer. Still a light coming out of the end of the stick. All right, we've got lots of examples of those types of inventions. All right, so when you're conceiving that idea, all right, that's how it gets done. You conceived it, all right. Now you nurture it. You make the next version of the prototype. You take good care of it. You keep it a secret. You tell only the people that you need to tell. You do your own due diligence. All right, your own due diligence. You get out there, you take a look around. All right, what's there? Then your next step, you get an independent patent search done. Product search. Patent, product. Those two go together. All right, you get that part done. You're nurturing your invention. All right, you do the sexy prototype. You might have to hire an engineer to do that. Depends on your skill level. All right, do not, and let me repeat this, do not go and set up a business structure. All right, it is amazing how often I hear people, well, I went up and, I talked to an accountant and they said I should set up a C Corp and do it. No, you don't have a business yet. You're still in the nurturing stage of your idea, your concept. All right, no, and please don't. All right, it is a waste of your time and money. Don't need a business plan yet. Oh, for goodness sakes. Do you know how many times an inventor says, well, I had this really good idea, so I wrote a business plan. For what? There is no business yet. Don't do that, all right? Inventing is different than starting up a mechanical garage, a restaurant, a dry cleaners. It's different, all right? You're not serving the local community. You're putting something out there for everyone in the world to be able to buy. And these days, it's not just a state or a country. The entire world could purchase it. Different steps involved, all right? I don't need a business plan yet. If we're going to license something, they don't need a business plan. They don't care what your business plan is. They're interested in the product, all right? Do you have a proof of concept prototype? Did you use a registered patent attorney? All right, they're going to look at the numbers themselves. That's why they're in business. That's why we want a license to them. Okay, so you get through the nurturing stage. Now the money starts. Now it is going to suck you dry. All right? There are things that you should do and things that you shouldn't do. As we go through this next phase of my videos, we will talk about those. But in the sucking dry stage, really putting together your type of budget. And everybody's budget is going to look different based on the pain threshold. All right, I will get inventors that say, well, I've spent $240,000 on this and all I've got is an issued patent. It's like, probably should have gotten a different patent attorney because that budget was really messed up. All right, so what do you do? All right, read the Inventor's Galaxy Guide. Join us at our virtual meetings. Call me. I had it in between my last 2 meetings, I had 3 messages left on my phone for different inventors wanting some information. Basically the next steps. All right. Like I said last time, don't read the 500-page book. All right. Join us at one of our meetings. In 90 minutes, you can get the answers to your questions. Shoot me an email. In 5 minutes, you might get the answer to your questions. Or I might say, you should join us at the next meeting. So you never know. The point is, all right, in a very short amount of time, you can have the information that you need and the parameters that you need to set. The Inventor's Galaxy Guide will take you through the different phases of inventing so that you can get the dollar parameters on what each phase is going to cost. Everybody has their own threshold of pain. There are different options available. So, some of those options. Money is tight, you might have to use the pro bono program from the USPTO. Money not so tight, you get to pick the attorney. You might want to still pay attention to that billable time though. It can go anywhere from $200 an hour to $650 an hour real fast. You want to make sure that you put parameters on the attorney. They don't get to randomly send you an invoice because they're short billable time for a month. That is a big no-no. All right. If you need some help with any of those phases, call me. And it's not just me. Call Inventor Lady because there's multiple people here who can answer the same question for you. All right. So you are going to nurture that idea that you conceived. It is going to suck you dry. And I mean it. It will suck you down to the last dollar and then some if you let it. So knowing options, having parameters gives you some peace of mind. All right. When I get inventors that say, well, I had to do a second mortgage on the house and nearly lost the house. Oh, I've got one inventor in Nebraska. Awesome product. But when he told me he almost lost the house over it and had to go back to work, it's like, yep, I can see where that does give you some serious indigestion. Okay, now he's getting it teed up for licensing, which is where we wanted it to go. All right, so licensing, somebody does the heavy lifting for you. We'll talk more about that later. But in the meantime, your good idea is like a child. You conceive it, you nurture it, it sucks you dry, and then you get ready to send it off to college. Maybe you want to see it where it gets a job first. Everybody's got their own level of pain. I will talk to you later.